Okay? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. I am the lucky person who not only gets to follow Tim and Simon, tough act to follow, but I also get you after lunch, too. So we're all going to make a line right here, and we're going to parade over and get double espressos, and then we're all going to come back. All right? But Simon was amazing. Would everybody agree with that? A round of applause for Simon. That was fantastic. He's really helped to round out the message that we're going to continue with this afternoon. And the one thing that I feel terrible about is coming up after him. Not only was he such a great speaker, but he dresses so cool too, you know. And here I am in my monkey suit. I was tempted to take my tie off and put it around my head, and come out and try to look a little cooler. But today I was very, very impressed with the flow of the messaging as Tim started at the beginning of the day, and then into Simon talking about the why. And when I look at what we've done here today, and really what we've always done with our clients in our partner community, and certainly when we started this adventure last January 27th, 2010, 2010? Yeah, I got that right. When we had the first Always On Symposium, is we were really about creating a community of common belief and common interest. And that really resonated, very strongly for me when Simon talked about how people just naturally and instinctively just want to migrate towards those that have a common interest or have things in common with them. So I think it's amazing that you're all here. You all obviously have a common interest and a common belief in the things that we're talking about, and I'm very grateful for the investment and time that you've made today in coming out here to join us. And the presentation is not moving. Can we switch the presentation over, please? To the laptop? Wrong laptop, maybe? There we go. Thank you. So I thought it was very compelling. I think you'll all agree that Tim told a great message this morning about the importance of, or the power of achieving fusion. And that balance of serviceability and strategy is a compelling thing for us all to really pursue. And we can see the value and the impact we can have on our organizations when we move more towards that fusion status. However, it really takes an intentional decision, a choice that we have to make this shift happen. This just doesn't happen overnight. For us as IT professionals, as the IT department, to have that common trust and belief and common ground with the business such that they will welcome us in. It's not for us to welcome them into IT. We want the business to welcome us in. We have to create that common ground. We have to make fusion happen. And this is a shift that has to be taken on intentionally by each and every one of us as individuals and as a profession and as IT departments. How many of you recognize that image? How many of you were alive when this happened? And how many of those remember where they were when that first step, one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind, occurred? Was that not one of the most important events in the history of mankind? Think about how significant that mission was, that event was, when we chose to go to the moon. Look at the unintentional benefits that actually happened as a result of it. The fact that you are all sitting here in these seats today in technology careers can be directly tied back to that. Look at the advancements that happened in technology as a result of mobilizing a nation to achieve such a significant goal. When was the last time we were on the moon? 1972. December 7th, 1972 is when Apollo 17 was launched. We haven't been back since. We are still feeling the effects of that today. GPSs. Simon mentioned GPSs in the Air Force. The fact, that we put satellites and we blanket our country in satellites, or our country, we blanket our globe in satellites, making it possible for us to have GPS capability, your XM satellite radio. All of these advancements were side effects, side benefits, unintended, unintentional, but side benefits of taking that on. This took an intentional action. A choice had to be made to make this fusion happen. Would everybody agree that this is a perfect manifestation of fusion? You think about what happened to pull all of that together. Simon mentioned that the last great generation, the last great unity for a common purpose that he could recall was back in World War II, when an entire nation mobilized for World War II, whether you were off at, overseas or you were here, supporting the war effort. I would argue that this was yet another example of that. And I get chills every time I see this.